Joining me live right now is Democratic candidate and Oakland Congresswoman Barbara Lee. And Representative Lee, let's begin with that debate. It was a chance for you to sway undecided voters, reach Latino voters who could help determine who will move forward in the November election. So do you believe you got that message across?
Thanks for having me. And it's really important that voters get a chance to see all of the candidates, evaluate them, grade them, and make some decisions before they go to the polls. Also, there's still quite a few undecideds. And I think that the debate went very well. I believe that many people got a chance to compare my record, who I am, my background, experience, being able to deliver for Californians as compared to the other candidates. So I think it went well. And I think I was able to sway some voters, especially many Latino voters who I know have some, as was said on the interview, some distrust of the Democratic Party. But I, hope that everyone made their case to Latino voters because they're very important, not only a voting population, but the issues that are so important to the Latino community in terms of education, housing, immigration, healthcare. These are issues that I have championed for many, many years in the California legislature and in the United States Congress.
And Congresswoman, the latest Emerson poll shows you trailing behind the other contenders, even Republican Steve Garvey. Do you feel you made up enough ground with that last debate to get into that final two, to get into the final two of the election?
Of course, the debates give us a chance to communicate who we are, what our agenda is, what our experience is. And being in the top two is very important. The polls are a snapshot of when the poll is taken on one day. What we're doing is we're working very hard with our grassroots organizations. We have a people-powered campaign. We have 6 of the 8 constitutional officers, for example, Our Revolution, Working Families Party, our reproductive justice, reproductive rights organizations, Reproductive Rights for All. We have so many groups supporting us and so many Democratic clubs, the LGBTQ plus community. And so this is how we're going to win and get into the top two, is through our phone banking and through getting our targeted voters to the polls. Most of them aren't even called during polls. And again, the best poll is the poll on voting day. And hopefully people get in their ballots early. There's a special election and a primary on the same day. And so we're asking voters to vote for Barbara Lee twice, once for the special, once for the primary. And my website is barbaraleeforca.com, because it's important to get the word out about what I stand for and what I intend to do to represent Californians in the United States Senate.
And speaking of some more of the issues, we know the economy, inflation is a big concern for voters. And as you know, we all live in one of the most expensive regions in the country. So how do you plan on tackling this issue?
We've got to reduce the cost of living, first of all, and that means we've got to make sure that we fight to get more affordable housing in California. And I've been doing that and want to expand our efforts for the housing tax credit initiatives. We have the Housing Trust Fund. We have to make sure that our unsheltered population have decent, safe housing, including mental health services. So housing is a big issue that we have to invest in. Housing affordability is a big driver of the cost of living in California. Childcare. We need to invest more in childcare. And I talk about my experiences of having to take my children to class with me because I could not afford childcare. So lived experiences, turning them into public policies, is extremely important. So the cost of living, the affordability crisis, and the wage gap. Inequality is growing here in California. People are working 2 and 3 jobs. And so we've got to bring down the cost of living. Corporate greed is rampant. Price gouging is everywhere. And you need somebody in California, needs somebody in the Senate who knows how to fight from day one to help fix these problems.
Well, always good to have a conversation with you, Representative Barbara Lee. Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure.
And we also reached out for an interview with Democrats Adam Schiff, Katie Porter, and Republican Steve Garvey. We're still working to line up something with them for this newscast.